What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Sacred Cards. Today I'm coming at you with an update to my Traptrix deck profile for February 2024. Traptrix is one of those decks that can adapt so well to any meta and being able to compete. I'm constantly working with the deck and trying to bring you the most competitive build possible. I've made several changes to my deck list since the last deck profile, with new cards being added to the Trap Hole lineup, the extra deck, as well as the spells. I'm very excited to share this list with you. So with all that said, let's get right on into it. I'll try and explain the cards and ratios as best I can. Kicking things off, 3 copies of... Sorry, I got my cards in order here. 3 copies of Traptrix Pudica. When normal summoned, she can add a copy of your Traptrix Garden Field spell from your deck to your hand, and when special summoned, she can banish a special summon monster on the opponent's field. Next, I play 3 copies of Traptrix Murmillo. When normal summoned, she can search a whole trap card from your deck to your hand, and when special summoned, she pops a spell or trap on your opponent's side of the field. That is a mandatory effect, great for triggering your effect of Traptrix Sarah. Next is 3 copies of Traptrix Mantis. When normal summoned, she can add a Traptrix monster from deck to hand. She can also quick effect return a set trap you control back to your hand, which can sometimes protect them if they are targeted. Now for the 2-ofs, I run 2 copies of Traptrix Dionea. Dionea can special summon a Traptrix monster from the graveyard when normal summoned, and when she is special summoned, she can set a whole trap card from the graveyard. Then last of the Traptrix lineup is 2 copies of Traptrix Arachnacampa. I'm back on 2 copies of this card, which is pretty standard at this point for most builds. I was working with Vesiculo before, but you just like to see this card. 1 copy to extend with and 1 copy to end on is perfect. Campa can special summon herself from the hand if you control another Traptrix monster. Her other effect can protect all your set back row the first time they might be destroyed. For the non-Traptrix monsters, we have 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Just a great all-around hand trap, stops a lot of plays and gives you a chance should you have to go second. So 3 copies of Ash is perfect in my opinion. I did drop Shifter from the list as I wanted to see more traps than monsters. Now that is it for the monsters. Now for the spells, I am playing 1 copy of Traptrix Garden. I love this card, but you only really need 1 copy, so you can easily search it with your copies of Pudica. It does a lot for the deck by giving you an extra normal summon, protects your monsters the first time they would be destroyed by battle each turn, plus it has the effect to banish a monster you control, special summon 1 from your hand or graveyard. 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. I cut Prosperity from this list as you really don't need it, and you can brick if you draw into multiple copies. I wanted to play more cards that disrupt your opponent, and being able to rip a card from your opponent's hand, steal a monster, or you can draw 2 cards, just very powerful effects within this card. And the last spell card I'm playing is 1 copy of Called by the Grave. Just another powerful 1-up to disrupt your opponent and allow you to keep playing the game. Now for the trap cards, you may have noticed I'm still not playing Parallel Exceed. In my opinion, it's a great card but can be kind of bricky and it hurts when your opponent interrupts it. Instead, I'm still choosing to play 3 copies of Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. A much better option in my opinion, and I'd rather see more of these in my hand than Parallel Exceed. It's great to see turn 1 for triggering your copy of Sarah, as you can activate the turn it was set by having no traps in the graveyard. Also really good as it becomes a level 4 in your field, giving you easy access to rank 4 plays, and makes your copy of Time Thief Redoer live with a trap as material to interrupt your opponent. Next is the Trap Hole lineup. Pretty standard, 3 copies of Traptrix Holutea. Can be activated the turn it's set by discarding any normal trap. It becomes a Traptrix name on the field, and when it's in the graveyard, it can banish itself to special another name from grave. Next, we have, oops, gotta get my cards in order here. 2 copies of Gravedigger's Trap Hole. When your opponent activates a card in the hand, graveyard, or banish pile, negate it and burn your opponent for 2,000 life points. 2 copies of Floodgate Trap Hole. Not once per turn, when your opponent summons a monster or monsters, change them to face down defense position. They cannot change their battle position. 2 copies of Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. I definitely think this card is underrated. It's so good, and none of these hole cards are once per turn. Being able to negate and destroy cards is so disruptive for your opponent when they are trying to get their plays going. Now, last of the hole cards I play is 1 copy of Banishing Trap Hole and 1 copy of Bottomless. I really wanted more diversity in the lineup, especially with Rafflesia being able to use these from the main deck. Banishing Trap Hole will straight up banish a monster face down with 1500 or less attack, and Bottomless will destroy and banish a monster with 1500 or more attack. I'm really happy with these ratios, but you can play whatever you like, as this is just an idea. I'm always messing around with the whole lineup, but at the end of the day, play what you want or what suits your locals or meta. Play what makes you happy, basically. And now that's it for the Trap Hole cards. Next, I play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, a Traptrix staple at this point. It will negate a monster effect and all spells in the column you activate it in. Also good if you have to go second because it can be activated in the hand. And another great going second card is 3 copies of Evenly Matched. You can skip straight to battle phase to clear your opponent's board, and then you can set up your plays and hopefully gain some card advantage. Now that is it for the main deck. It is 40 cards. Now moving on to the extra deck, let's start off with 3 copies of my favorite card, Traptrix Sarah. When any normal trap is activated, you can special summon a Traptrix monster from the deck, and when any Traptrix effect is activated, she can set a whole card from the deck. Oops. Next is 1 copy of Traptrix Kularia and 1 copy of Traptrix Adipus. With Kularia, if you activate a whole card, you can set it back face down so you can use it again. Plus, during the end phase, she can special summon a Traptrix monster from the graveyard. With Adipus, she will boost all your monsters' attack by 1,000, and once per turn, target cards your opponent controls up to the number of insect plant monsters you have, negate their effects, and you can banish any normal trap from your graveyard to destroy one of those cards. And the last Link monster I play is 1 copy of SP Little Knight. Powerhouse Metal staple. If you don't have it, that's fine. Play anything else you like. Phoenix, Unicorn, Earth Charmer are good options. Little Knight has the effect that if it's Link summoned using a monster from the extra deck, you can target a card on the field or either graveyard, banish it. Also, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, target 2 face-up cards on the field, including one of yours, banish them until the end phase. Extremely powerful card and very easy to make in this deck. Now for the rank 4s, starting off with, I play 2 copies of Traptrix Rafflesia. I did bump this card back up to 2. You always want to try and make Rafflesia going first because she can detach material to activate any whole trap card in your deck for whatever you might need at the time. She also protects your monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effects while she is on the field. Now for the other rank 4 monsters, I play 1 copy of Pinguicula and 1 copy of Olomeris. Pinguicula is probably one of my favorite Traptrix monsters. You can detach a material to search a Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. Also, when When your opponent's monster is sent to the graveyard or banished by card effect, yours or your opponent's, you can attach that card as a material. Then it is unaffected by other monsters with the same type as the material under it. With Olimaris, you can detach 2 materials, special summoning Traptrix monster from grave, or when a monster is banished or sent to the graveyard by your card effect, you can detach 1 material, special summon that monster to your side of the field. For the non-Traptrix rank 4 monsters, I play 1 copy of Time Thief Redoer. With Redoer, during each standby phase, it will attach the top card of your opponent's deck as material. You can quick effect detach up to 3 different types of materials, apply the effects depending on what you detached. If it's a monster, banish this card till the end phase. If it's a spell, draw a card. And if it's a trap, you can non-target, place 1 face-up card your opponent controls on the top of the deck. Now, for more utility cards, I play 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, and a new card I've been testing is 1 copy of Grenosaurus Giga Cannon. Abyss Dweller is more for toolbox and a great option to have because it can shut down your opponent's graveyard and stop them from activating effects, which does hurt a lot of decks depending on your matchup. Giga Cannon is an interesting comment from Duelist Nexus. Originally I was trying to play this in Dinos, but it never came up. But with Traptrix, I do think it's helpful for its burn damage effects. First off, when it destroys a monster by battle, you can detach a material, burn them for 1000 damage, then this card gains 1000 attack. If it's destroyed, you can destroy a card on the field and inflict another 1000 damage. So in a perfect world, this card can burn them for 3000 damage while getting its attack up to 4200. And the last 2 cards I play in the extra deck is 1 copy of AA Zeus and 1 copy of Super Star Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. Zeus has the ability that if an Xyz monster battled this turn, stack this card on top of its materials, quick effect detach 2 materials, send all other cards on the field to the graveyard. Typhon has the effect that during the turn or turn after, your opponent's special summon twice from the extra deck. Xyz summon this card with your monster with the highest attack. While this Xyz summon monster is on the field, neither player can activate monster effects with 3000 or more attack. Also, you can detach a material from this card and non-target, return a monster from the field to the hand. Well, that is it for the deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you like or don't like, feel free to leave me a comment telling me what you think. Be sure to like the video if you did and subscribe for more content. Thank you for your support and always enjoy the Sacred Cards. See you all in the next one.